Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about my top 20 2018 title track songs released this year. Um, there will be no particular order in the list that I'm going down, and I will only be including title tracks to songs that I own the album to. So let's get started. So first on the list is IZ*ONE's La Vie en Rose. So I wasn't expecting too much from their debut, honestly. I only watched the show after everything uploaded, and I was debating on whether or not if I should, or because I only watched it for the Willem trainees. And then when Eunbi and Chaewon got in, I was like, okay, maybe I'll keep an eye on them. And then when they released La Vie en Rose, I was like hooked on it, so I bought both albums, and I'm choosing this version because it's my favorite photo book. Next is Kim Dong-han's Goodnight Kiss. So everyone like really loved Sunset, and I think a lot of people prefer Sunset over Goodnight Kiss, but I prefer Goodnight Kiss like 1,000 times more over Sunset. And so I chose this album just because the photo book is I like more. And most of these albums I'm showing, I have all the versions if they came with multiple versions. Some of them I don't have all the versions for, but regardless. Next is Infinite's Tell Me. This comeback really excited me because it has been so long since they made a comeback, since I think The Eye was the last thing they released, and then all that stuff happened, but then they released this, and I am so glad that they did. The version I actually got was Dongwoo's individual photo book, and I was planning on trying to buy the group version, but I just never got around to it. Next is Golden Child's Genie. I really like this comeback. I think everyone was expecting the dark concept because of the trailers, but then Willem was like, whoa, no. And then Genie came out with like the typical Golden Child theme, and I really enjoyed it. Next is 101's last comeback before they disband, and it's Spring Breeze. That's 101's comebacks before, like Boomerang and what was the other one? Beautiful. They weren't really my style, but I bought their albums anyways because I had to. And then Light, which I'll be talking about next, spoiler alert. And then Spring Breeze were my favorite. So I chose this version just because I got Minhyun in my pool, and I think the color is really pretty. The next is 101's Light. I really liked this comeback too. It was definitely far superior after Boomerang came out. I don't really listen to Boomerang as much, but I listen to Light like every day. And then I chose the art book version because this is my absolute favorite version that they released. I did get all 6, but the art book version is the best one in my opinion. Next is Luna, Hi Hi. Luna as a group. Hi Hi, I think at first when I listened to it, it didn't really catch me, but then I started listening to it more, and then like it like hooked onto me. And this actually, I love this entire album. But Hi Hi was a great debut song for them, and I'm glad that they didn't like go straight into like a dark concept, because like if you follow Luna, then you know that they usually release lighter songs for their subunits at least, and then the repackage or the next comeback is more darker. And then I chose this version because the photo book is the superior version. I did get all 4 versions. Next is YY by Y, Love Forever. Actually, didn't like the song at first, simply because of the intro, you know, with Grimes saying her thing. But then it started getting stuck in my head, and then like the song grew on me, and then the music video is really great to look at. I enjoy watching it. Next is Olivia Hey, Egoist. I'm not sure if this should be included in this list, but it is the main track of the album, so whatever, I threw it in. But I love her song. Egoist is one of my favorite out of the 12 solos. Egoist, and then Singing in the Rain, Eclipse, obviously. Those are a couple of my favorites, but I listened to Egoist non-stop, and it was like the perfect ender for being the 12th member. And then after that is Go On's One and Only. Again, when I first heard this song, I didn't really think much of it. I was like, it's nothing special. But then I listened to it again, and then like it just hit me, which happens to a lot when I listen to music. Sometimes it doesn't catch me, but then suddenly it'll get like back into my head, and then I'll have to go back and listen to it, and then that's when I realize, oh, I really like this a lot more than I thought I did. Next is Stray Kids, My Pace. So I actually never kept up with Stray Kids with their debut show, their survival show or whatever. And then I only found District 9. I actually like District 9 too. But then My Pace came out, and again, I didn't like it at first. I really did not like the opening, the na-na-na part. But then again, it grew on me. Then it became one of my favorite songs that they've released. Next is a group that not many people know about, but they were also on Produce 101 Season 2, and it is Rain's Turn It Up. I love this song so much. It's like my style, like EDM, dubstep, but then great vocals, great dancing with it too. And I'm sad that this song didn't get a lot more recognition, because it is one of my favorites. I really liked Rain's. I wish they were able to continue their contracts, but sadly they get enough support. But it is what it is, and I can only move on from here. But yeah, if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. Turn It Up. Next is ATEEZ's Treasure. I know Pirate King is the more promoted song on music shows, but I prefer Treasure a lot more over Pirate King. And I actually stumbled upon this by accident. I think it just showed up randomly on my recommended, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll check it out. And then I really loved it, and so I was like, maybe I'll get into it. Maybe I'll buy their album. But then I saw that they were selling the album on Amazon for like $13 with Prime, and I was like, okay, I'll just buy it. And so yeah. Next is MXM's Checkmate. I know Yeah 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 is the more promoted one, and it's technically like the main title track, but since Checkmate did have some music shows and a music video, I decided to include it. I like Checkmate like slightly more than Yeah Yeah Yeah, but like Yeah 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 is like just under it. So I decided to include Checkmate instead because I prefer that song a lot more. But I listen to both of them like almost equally. Next is NCT 127 regular. Both versions, Korean and English. I think I prefer the English version simply because it's easier to sing along to, like any other English person would say. But they're both really good, and I was actually shocked at how much I would like it because I didn't think I would like it as much as I do now. But it quickly grew on me, and actually this whole entire album is A+. Except the packaging. The packaging gotta go. This, no. Next is NCT U Boss. I'm gonna be including a lot of the songs that they released and promoted in the NCT 2018 album because I consider them title track songs. I think they are considered title track songs since they were promoted and they got music videos. But first is NCT U's Boss. Oh my gosh. Boss was great. Is bop. I wish another concept would come out like that and bring Lucas back. After that is NCT 127 Touch. I actually did not like Touch at first because it was almost like culture shock when I saw such different concepts from 127 when they released before, and then Touch, like it was like dark and then like super light, and I think that threw me off. But then I got over it, and then the song was great. And then after that is next is NCT Dreams We Go Up. I wasn't expecting to like the song because their previous comeback was We Young, and that didn't really pique my interest too much. I'll listen to it now every now and then, but when We Go Up came out, I really enjoyed it, and so I bought the album. I actually bought it used because I wanted the Jamin photo card and someone was selling it, so that's why I bought it. Next is Cosmic Girls Save Me Save You. Oh my gosh, this entire concept, the music video and the song go so well together. Like, I thought Secret was good, but then they came out with this and it like blew my freaking mind away, and I enjoy the song so much, and I love watching the music video with it too because the whole magic fantasy theme is like right up my alley. I didn't really care too much for Happy or Dreams Come True. I actually like Dreams Come True, but not as much as Save Me Save You. And then last is, I think, another group that not many people know about, at least not internationally, not international fans know about, but it is UMB's Sense or Feeling, whatever the translation is. But I really enjoyed the debut song. I think the music video was lackluster, but the song is really great. I did watch the unit after all the episodes aired, and then I didn't think I would watch it because I was like, but then I decided to watch it anyways because I was bored, and then I got hooked onto it, and then I got introduced to a lot of new people, and then a couple of the people that I wanted to get in got in, like Kijung, he is my bias, and then Hansel got in too. And so I was happy to support, hoping they would get an extension on the contract too, but that didn't happen. And that is it for my top 20 2018 title tracks of this year. There were a lot of other title tracks that I really enjoyed that came out this year, but these 20 were the ones that I listened to almost like every day, nonstop, like when I'm driving to work, when I'm just relaxing on my own. So that's why these made it onto the list. But there were definitely a lot of others, like Lovely's comebacks, other Golden Child comebacks, all that. And then there's probably a lot of comebacks that I don't know about because I don't really expand my knowledge about groups that I don't know about, or like debuting new groups. I don't really go out of my way to research their music unless it somehow happens to show up on my recommended, like ATEEZs. So if you guys have any recommendations, share them and tell me your top 20 of 2018. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.